Yo, what is happening? Fellas, we have all three of us for the first time in like a month. It has been a long time, but I'm very excited. I was just laughing about the idea that both these fuckers, here's one,
Get it off
and
me.
here's
What are you
two,
doing?
might have to run the beer mile. They're actually facing each other. We'll get to that. However, before we do, like I said, it's been a little bit of time since we've been all together. Anthony, it's been 2 weeks since we recorded. So, how are you doing, brother? I think you have some big news.
I have great news, fellas. Today was officially my last class of EMT. I have officially and successfully passed. I thank you, sir. Thank you. What's it
Good
called?
job, Bubby.
Today, thank you. Today since we passed the class, we were able to officially schedule our National Registry EMT test. My date for that now is on January 10th. I wish I could have taken it sooner than that, but I can't. There were like no good time slots for it or dates in general. But we have that going.
I knew that would scare Cody.
And then last night,
Chasing a shadow.
okay.
Sorry.
On Monday, we had to take our final exam. I got a 130 out of 150 on that final exam, by the way.
Holy
boys.
shit. Good for you.
I know.
That's epic.
Better than the fire final exam that I had to take during the weekend, right?
No comment. Actually, I'm going to get to that. There is a comment.
Okay. Zach, Bubby, and I up here, we went to Disney together. That was also a good time.
We did. That was a great time.
It was a fantastic time. I don't remember the walk back to the hotel, though. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I was pretty hammered too, but I do remember it. Unfortunately, I sent a risky text that.
I remember that. I said maybe don't do it,
okay,
and you.
But
I remember saying don't do it, and you went, I'm going to do it, and I went, okay.
And that was all the liquor talking, obviously, but at least I remember it.
Oh, but yeah,
and there's still evidence, so that's unfortunate as well. But continue.
Yeah, but that's pretty much it though for me. It's just it's been very stressful past few weeks, but we're here, we made it, and yeah, that's it. Cody,
you haven't been on in how long? 3 weeks, a month?
It's been 3 weeks, dude. My work schedule has been kind of all over the place, but it's been a little bit better, which is good. Just not working as late at nights anymore, so it's always good. Doing good. Just visited Zach up top here 2 weekends ago down in Newport. Newport.
Newport.
That was a lot of fun, dude. The weather was fantastic. Food was great. Company was awesome. Got to see Diego and met Zach's roommate, Chris. Dope guy. Yeah. Shout out Chris and Andrew. Both good guys. Andrew witnessed me
Andrew.
He witnessed me spilling a pint of Guinness at Mutt Lynch's, and then he blamed it on a drunk girl that was like walking out of the bar, and he went like this to me, and I'm like,
allegedly.
But
farts.
And that place was dope. Mutt Lynch's was cool.
So fucking sick.
Dope, really dope bar.
Top 5 bar.
I told Zach that Indiana was going to take care of business, and he didn't believe me. And Kurt Signetti put that cigarette right up on your forehead, buddy.
I'm still not betting on it. I still think they're going to lose.
Yeah, actually, that's fine.
I think Ohio State or Georgia is going to win it, but not to be on me.
Yeah. Screw Georgia and screw Ohio State. Both of them are going to lose. But yeah.
Let's do that. Last, honestly. I had a lot of fun with you down here. And
yeah, it was fun.
Glad that you liked it.
Good time.
Yep.
Yeah, other than that, I'm just chilling, kind of getting ready for going back home next week for Christmas. So just kind of doing some last minute shopping, some other stuff. But other than that, been pretty good.
Good. I'll get through this pretty quickly, but yeah, I didn't give an update as to when you came down, but that was so much fun, dude. It was a blast. I'm glad that you enjoyed all the boys, and I think that we had a good time. Mutt Lynch's GOAT status. But you guys kind of heard the same thing. I have the same stories that Cody has, but we did go to Shellbacks as well, which is in Hermosa. That was a lot of fun seeing Diego. And then obviously, like Anthony had said, I had seen Bubby over the weekend in Disneyland. What a blast that was. Crazy weekend. I took Friday off, but it was a lot of fun. And then Saturday, we went and watched Boise State get one of the worst belted asses I've ever seen.
So bad.
Not even joking. Not even joking when I say this.
It was bad.
Excuse me. I'm not even joking when I say this. I seriously think that was the worst loss I've ever seen in real life for Boise State. Like, it's up there with UTEP. It is that bad. It's that bad.
It was to the point where I looked up at Sean. I was like, "You want to watch something else?" And he's like, "Yep, this team sucks."
Yeah, we wanted to leave. Like, dude, we wanted to leave 3 minutes into half. I was literally thinking about it. I'm like, "Hey, should we leave early?" They're like, "Yeah, let's at least get to the fourth." That's how bad it was. Diego was like, "Yeah, let's at least get to the fourth." Diego, I have this video of Diego. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it, but
brutal. That man is just done, dude.
He's literally just like slumped in his chair, bro. He was so pressed. Oh my gosh. He was just yelling mad to him. We were so upset, but still a lot of fun. And we were like 20 yards from SoFi, the field. So it was fucking awesome. It was a good week. And oh man, we got a lot to talk about, but let's get into it.
Green 18. Red 48. Settle down, settle down. Wide 80. Set hut.
We suck. We suck. Get rid of Belichick. Get rid of Mac Jones. Get rid of our entire fucking receiving core.
You guys are 2-8.
That's what I thought.
2-7, 2-8. It doesn't matter. We still suck.
So Seahawks played the Ravens. Final score was 28-25. Geno Smith, 5 touchdowns, no interceptions. Anyway, not really much to write home about that game. Just
right.
This is
I don't think Jared Goff is a top 5 quarterback in the NFC.
Wait, are you putting Justin Herbert over Jared Goff?
Yes.
It was like an interview for like a new podcast company. Called Brazzers. I mean, you could see I'm literally in the headquarters right now, dude.
Oh man, I miss Keaton. That's hilarious. But I really hope that we can get him on for the playoffs if the Niners do play the Seahawks, which, looking at it, might be in the NFC Championship, but we shall see. Like we said, we have a very jam-packed episode. A lot happened this week, and a lot happened in the news segment, and that's what we're going to start with. Unfortunately, there were a ton of injuries and a ton of injuries to superstars. I'm going to save what I think is the most interesting topic until last, so if you guys see the first one, I'm going to say that until later. But Davante Adams is now week to week with the hamstring injury. I don't know if he's out. Is he out? Did you say that? I think you saw that.
So he's probable, like week to week type of thing.
Oh, you know what? I added 2 different things. I'm sorry, because I think we got a different update. So Davante Adams is considered week to week with the hamstring injury. Sorry, I did not see the second one that I
think this dude's going to be back by playoffs. Like, I don't know if they're going to have him in.
100% be back by playoffs. I think that is like completely healthy, but I do think that he's week to week. And I would assume that he's probably going to play Thursday, and they might shut it down after that because their opponents after that are the Cardinals in Atlanta, unfortunately.
He did not practice this week.
Yeah,
he did not practice today.
Bad. Like, if you think about it, hamstrings, typically you're either put on IR or you're like for sure out, or it's week to week and you play through it. Now, they don't want him to get injured. I do think that they could probably beat Seattle with how Seattle's offense is playing. That's just me personally, but we'll see. He's week to week. It'll be interesting to see if he plays. Speaking about not playing, quarterback Jaden Daniels is being shut down for the rest of the year. The Commanders are completely shutting him down. I think this is the right move. He's been injured all year, and you've had a franchise quarterback in Robert Griffin III who's been very, very similar. Very, very similar career-wise to Jaden Daniels, and you don't want to see that again, And I don't know if they're necessarily getting flashbacks or whatever they're thinking, but whatever it is, it's not worth it when you're, what are they, 3-12? Are they 4?
They're a bad football team.
Whatever they are, they're horrible. I mean, they've been probably the most disappointing team. They've been riddled with injuries, including Jaden, and I think that this makes the most sense. Man, oh man, what a game that Steelers versus Miami game was. I think this is just a very telling game of how this season's been and how the last couple of seasons have been.
Dude, Miami's fucking horrible.
we come
They're
out
a horrible football team.
And we just know that this is the type of Steelers game that they win. In a gritty game, they win. They're always going to be 9-7, 9-8, whatever their record is.
Tomlin keeping his job.
And they're winning. They're winning their division. And Miami, they win 5 of the last 6. They become 500. All of a sudden, Tua doesn't know how to throw a fucking football. He was better off, I believe, throwing with his right hand last game. That's how bad he was.
He's a bad quarterback.
Awful.
He's a bad quarterback.
Also,
he should not be starting in the National Football League. 95%
of the time, they should. That's who they should build their offense around. That's me personally. Brutal.
Miami never wins. Also, Miami never wins in anything below freaking 60-degree weather. So they are like 0-7 in games below like 50 degrees. So if anybody in their right mind thought they were going to win in Pittsburgh in 18 degrees that felt like 10, you're out of your fucking mind. Tua's brain was frozen, obviously, and he just literally could not. I mean, dude, he was horrible. That Miami team is horrible. Like that was one of the worst games I think I've ever watched. It was like what 7-3 at halftime.
Yeah,
I was at work. Really, I was just bad. Like one of our regulars came up to me. He's like, "Man, exciting game, huh?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm hoping that it gets a little better." I thought Aaron Rodgers was going to put it in the end zone a few more times, but then they started to kind of get on him in the second half. But I'm like, dude, it was just bad, dude. It was bad. It was bad. Miami's a bad football team.
Yeah,
I don't know how they've won the last 5 out of 6 games. They're horrible. They are horrible.
Well, it's just like a very Miami thing to do. Like you come back into 500, you're still in the wild card hunt, but you have to win. You have to win to stay.
Mike McDaniels needs to go.
Out.
You got to fire Mike McDaniels. You need to get rid of Tua. Those two need to go. Mike McDaniels has been hitting the Nick Penn too much and been hitting too many blinkers on the sideline. And Tua, his brain is just blinkers. I mean, it's just fucking mashed potatoes. Get him out. That guy cannot. He can't do it anymore.
The issue is he also runs like he's a mashed potato. When you first see his like rookie highlights, that man was mobile. Now he can't even get a fucking 2-yard scramble.
No, dude.
Mix that with his really weak arm, small hands, cold weather. It's just a recipe for disaster.
I knew Miami was going to win.
Getting rid of Tua is going to be very difficult because he's making $55 million a year. Unreal, by the way. Mike McDaniel's gone. He's gone.
Canadian Football League needs a few.
He should just be an OC. Go back to being an OC and do exactly what Saleh did, but on offense, because that's what you were good at. Anyways, we're going to move on. Tua sucks. Been saying that for years now. Can't believe that there was a conversation between him and Justin Herbert or him and Jalen Hurts. Whatever. Jalen Hurts sucks too, but that's beyond me. Speaking about firing and coordinators, the Jets have fired defense coordinator Steve Wilks. If you guys don't remember who this is, well, maybe I shouldn't say you guys, but Cody, if you don't remember who that is, he was our defense coordinator in 2023, the worst defense coordinator that we've had probably under Kyle Shanahan's regime. And fuck, dude, the Jets defense looks horrible. That team is just doomed. Them and the Raiders are doomed. Like, truly, they're doomed.
I think the Jets and the Raiders fans, like, at this point, I'm starting to feel bad.
Yeah.
Like, we grew up hating the Raiders because we're Niner fans. But it just gets to the point where, like, you just absolutely feel bad. I mean, the Raiders didn't score a single fucking point last Sunday. Not a single point.
It looked like JV versus varsity. Truly, it looked like JV versus varsity.
And just, you know, fucking
just horrible.
What's his face, the owner? I mean, that guy is a fucking jackass. That guy is a jackass. He is just a more mashed potato brain fucking Jerry Jones. Just a fucking absolute disgrace to the National Football League and to the Raiders organization. I mean, you move them to fucking Vegas and then you're absolute dog shit again. Like, it's just like, when is it going to change? You think Max Crosby is going to fucking stick around? Fuck no. That guy is fed up. He has done everything he's done everything in his power to be loyal to that team and give him everything he's got. And he's played fucking well every season. And this is what they give him.
Yeah, I wanted to look.
He's gone.
He's gone. Off-season extension this last off-season. He signed until 2029. But I'd be shocked if he stayed there.
No, he's gone. He's gone. And same as Genty, dude. I mean, Genty's got a little bit longer on
sure.
But you got to get an offensive lineman. You got to get an offensive line. And now the Jets are absolutely fucking doomed. I mean, their only hope was Mark Sanchez back in the day, and Mark Sanchez was a fucking load of Taco Bell dog shit. That guy sucked.
Marks, man.
That guy sucks. Sorry,
Mark
Troy.
Davis. Mark
Probably
Davis
see you Friday. But, you know, just that both those teams are just cursed. They're doomed. I don't know what you do.
Oh, you start over. Get rid of the owners. That's for damn sure. Mark Davis has got to go.
He's fucking
at least for the
horrible.
Raiders.
That guy's fucking horrible.
I don't even know. I don't know what I want to say about the Jets because I think that their personnel is just horrible, but their coaching and front office has been awful as well for years. So brutal. Two teams, though, that we're going to end with for the news that do not have horrible owners or bad coaching are the Packers and the Chiefs, because we just saw two superstars, probably two of the best at their position, tear their ACL. Micah Parsons is out with the torn ACL. What a brutal, brutal way for the Packers defense to get worse, especially when they're super competitive. Look, I kind of wanted to mix those two stories together, but I want to ask a question after this next one. So I'm just going to stick with that. Yeah, like I said, Micah Parsons has torn his ACL. Look, man, this is brutal. It was definitely a non-contact thing. He was rushing. It looked not great. He was screaming. Helmet came flying off. It's not good for a team that's competing for the NFC, let alone their division. And I do think the Packers at their best could probably be the best NFC team. I think losing Micah Parsons is definitely a sting in the playoffs, specifically when you need someone that closes out games and he's not going to be there. So look, man, the NFC is wide open. The AFC is wide open. It's a weird, weird, weird year, and it gets even weirder. And this is why I wanted to end with this. Patrick Mahomes has torn his ACL. Not only did Patrick Mahomes tear his ACL, but Patrick Mahomes tore his ACL on a game-winning drive in a game that you needed to have. They had to win out. They did not win out. The Cards did not fold their way, and the Chiefs are now out of playoff contention, eliminated completely. For the first time in Patrick Mahomes' career, first time, I believe, in 7 years that they haven't won the conference, that they haven't won the division that they're in, and the first in 7 years where they haven't been in the AFC conference championship game. And so my question to you guys, with not only thinking about that, but I think a little decline in coaching, Chris Jones is getting old, and there's another question that we can ask about Travis Kelce, but is the Chiefs dynasty over? And there's some other, items I guess I want to continue to talk about before I allow you guys to ask this, or to answer this. But Patrick Mahomes tore his ACL. Again, I think I've heard that it's more than just his ACL, which is not ideal. However, there was a 7-year stretch in Brady's career where he won the same amount. They had a very similar career, or starts their career. We all know this. Tore his ACL, and that was in week 2. And so the year that he tore his ACL, they didn't make the playoffs. The next year, they didn't make the playoffs. But then he went on a different dynasty. Patrick Mahomes has had the same start. Obviously, it's week 15 and not week 2. He'll be probably out for next year, which means I don't think they're going to win much. Maybe correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe they'll draft a quarterback, but that team looks like they're on the decline. With Travis Kelce potentially retiring, seriously, is the dynasty over, or could we see them kind of have like a resurgence, years later after drafting someone or rebuilding around a different player?
I don't know, dude. That team's had some pretty bad luck. I mean, Travis Kelce, he's on the decline of his career. The guy's 36, 37. He's just not producing like he used to. Patrick Mahomes being out, I don't know. They need to fix a lot of things out in Kansas City, I think, if they want to win, be back to where they want to be. I don't know, man. I don't think they're going to get back to being a dynasty, but that's just me.
Anthony?
I don't know. It's tough because So funny enough, in the same year, this year with Patrick Mahomes, he got injured, right? It's the same thing. It's the same time as Brady when he got injured. And then Brady was just fine afterwards after that. I don't know. I don't think – okay. I think the dynasty is over, but I don't think that they're going to stop, winning big games here and there. That makes sense.
No, that definitely makes sense. And I don't want I think one of Tom Brady's most underrated attributes is longevity and just his will to be the greatest. But we've seen this with Patrick, and he's really fucking tough. I'll give him that. Like, he played in a Super Bowl where he broke his ankle, won the Super Bowl. I don't think that he's going to necessarily return in the same way that we've seen Patrick Mahomes, where, you know, he scrambles a lot. He makes these crazy diving throws. I think he's going to be more of a pocket passer, which he'll definitely have to work on. And with that being said, I wouldn't be surprised if the Chiefs went all in on their offensive line. This year, he has had to scramble a ton, which he typically does in the playoffs when they play better teams, but they've had just really bad luck, and their offensive line hasn't been healthy, and they've looked bad. Like, the guys that were good last year did not look good, and he has had to run, and he's got sacked or hit the most in his career. He had 34 sacks, I believe, going into this game with 3 games left. The most that he's had in his season is 36. He's been hit the most his career this year, and he's been playing with a little bit of a knee injury. I don't know if, you know, the accumulation of hits and just kind of running combined into him tearing it. But I do think that he will come back just different. That being said, the Chiefs have to build around someone else. I've seen, you know, some tanking for Jeremiah Smith comments and, oh, they're going to trade for this guy, blah, blah, blah. Whoever it is, though, it has to be around Patrick Mahomes and another player. Like, Travis Kelce will not be that guy. They don't have Tyreek Hill anymore. Their defense is getting older. I feel like their coaches have kind of declined as well. I don't think this is Andy Reid's best year. I think Spagnuolo has been bad. And again, part of that just comes down to luck. And look, I don't want to compare it to the Patriots dynasty, but you never know. You never know. It's going to be interesting. It will be interesting to see. And again, bittersweet because we all wanted the dynasty to stop. I think we all wanted the Chiefs to be eliminated. However, to tear an ACL, I don't wish that on anyone, especially a player that is that good. You know, like, we want to see the best and play the best. So prayers up to you, Patrick. We hope that you recover pretty quickly and it's a healthy recovery, but thank God the Chiefs are out. That's all I'm going to say. Week 15 recap. Let's get into it. What a hell of a week. This is probably the best slate of games that we've had all year, if I'm being honest. There were good games in literally every single time slot. But let's get into it, and then we'll talk to some. Falcons at Buccaneers. The Falcons won 29-28, and what a hell of a game for Kirk Cousins. Crazy. Browns at Bears, 31-3 Bears. Ravens at Bengals, 24-0 Ravens, in a very shocking game in my opinion. Cardinals at Texans, 40-20 Texans. Jets at Jags, 48-20 Jags. Watch out for the Jags. Chargers at Chiefs, like I said, 16-13 Chargers. Pats at Bills, 35-31 Bills. We'll talk about that one specifically later. Commanders at Giants, 29-21 Commanders. Raiders at Eagles, 31-0 Eagles. Raiders, what are we doing? Packers at Broncos in a demanding one, 34-26 Broncos. Good for them. Lions at Rams, 41-34 Rams. Talk about another demanding win. Panthers at Saints, 17-20 Saints. Colts at Seahawks, 16-18 Seahawks. Titans at Niners, 37-24 Niners. Then we get into the Sunday night game, Vikings at Dallas, 34-26, and Miami at Pittsburgh, 15-28. So I wanted to go down this list, and I'm going to look at some. The first one that I kind of want to talk about is the Ravens at Bengals. I mean, I wasn't expecting it to be 24-0. I don't know if you guys were. There's something wrong with the Bengals. They're broken, dude. They're really broken. There's something wrong with Jamar Chase. There's something wrong with Joe Burrow. There's something wrong with their connection. They're fucked, dude. Like, genuinely, they're fucked in my opinion. And you could see in Joe, like, in his post-game interviews, he looks and sounds depressed. Like, he genuinely sounds depressed for the first time in his career. And look, if I was a betting man, I would bet that he's not going to be a Bengal for his life. I think that he's gone. Really, I think he's gone. That's my honest opinion. That's my opinions about that game. Jets at Jaguars, 48-20 Jags. Hey, man, a lot of people have been shitting on T-Law. T-Law has been playing good the second half of the year. So that is a team that is going to be very interesting. Very, very interesting in the playoffs. Chargers at Chiefs, we kind of mentioned as well. I just wanted to bring it up again. Chiefs are out. Crazy that they're not making the playoffs. It honestly feels like surreal. Like, it honestly feels surreal. Like, it's not real right now. Like, it's not clicking in. And it will be different once we get into the playoffs, but it's just unreal that they've been eliminated. Then we can get into the game that Anthony does not want to talk about, but I want to. So I'm sorry, Anthony.
It's all right.
35-31 Bills after being up 21-0. What happened, dude? What are your thoughts? Give us your analysis.
Their defense, man, got too comfortable. I mean, that's pretty much it. Do I think at the same time there were bad calls on the ref side? Yes, I absolutely think that. I think that was there was a bunch of bullshit calls that, like, for example, Shakir did not catch that ball. First off, that was not a PI, and on top of that, that was that was an interception by Marcus Jones, and they gave him the catch, and they gave Shakir the catch. I don't agree with that. I think it was bullshit. But end of the day, though, there were a few other calls that were like that were against us, and always getting called for a PI that was, bullshit, or not getting called for a PI that was also bullshit that in favor of the Bills. Does that excuse the fact that we blew a 21-0 lead? No, it doesn't. That's bad defense. Yeah. But the one thing I will say about this game, and I will say for a couple different reasons, I'm happy we lost this game. End of the day, I'm okay with it, and I'll give out my input. First and foremost, the Chiefs are out of the playoffs because we lost. Hallelujah! I'll fucking take it. Let's just set the record straight. We are part of the reason why the Chiefs are not
really
right now. Yes, it was up to the Chiefs needed to lose, the Bills needed to win, the Jags needed to win, and the Texans.
Oh, I guess that makes sense. Yeah. Okay.
And guess what?
Because the Bills are the number one AFC wildcard team, right?
Mm-hmm. So
okay.
So that's one reason why I'm like, not too mad about it. Number two, I don't want us to continue to. I know this sounds really bad, but I don't want us, especially for how young our team is. Right, we're still a very young team. Everyone's still learning, and I don't want us to keep winning all these games and go into playoffs just constantly winning. I want us to fuck up, and guess what? We fucked up. And I want them to basically learn from this, practice on these situations. Like, hey, we had that game. Like, we had that in the bag, and then we just lost it, right? So work on improving on all that. Defense needs to lock it down and improve it. And then go into playoffs and knowing what you practiced. That's my whole take on that whole thing. On top of that, the Patriots still have a 75% chance of winning our division. So end of the day, I'm not too pressed about the loss. I mean, I was at first. I was very pissed for a lot of different reasons, but more level-headed. I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I kind of agree. I think this year I've turned a heel, I would say, on the Patriots. There was definitely some past years where I didn't like them, and I do like this squad a lot. I like Drake May a lot. There's a lot of components, but whenever we talk about them, I feel like it's been positive, and they've obviously won 10 straight, or was it 11, Anthony?
10 straight.
Okay, so they were trying to go for 11. I think going into a playoff being undefeated since week whatever that would be 3 or 4, if that was the case, would be brutal. For a young team, it's always brutal. I mean, we've seen this with teams in the past where they've been kind of fraudulent, and especially when they're young. But I do think that, they learned something from this. Drake May has been undeniable this year, truly. He's been almost perfect. He's been very, very good, and he threw a pick that, kind of started the Bills' comeback. And he's not perfect, and I think he's got to be better. He said it himself, like, our offense has to be better when we're up. Like, we can't just take a nap, is what he said. And I think that's a good lesson for sure. I also do think the Bills are, if I was to put money on it, one of the contenders out of the AFC. And I do think that could be the AFC Championship game. Like, truly, I could see that. I think it could be them or the Broncos. Those are the only 3 teams I could see winning. Maybe the Texans, but I don't know if their offense is good enough. But, again, like you said, I think this kind of reminds me of, the Niners back 2 years ago when they had won, like, 10 in a row and was like, dude, like, this is not something that you want to do going into the playoff. And people were almost like, should they lose going into it? You never want to lose because now the Bills are only 1 game out or whatever it is, 1.5 games out. But, it's just one of those games that you got to learn off of. You got to build off of, and I think they will. Either way, though, like I said, a lot of people, I think, are shitting on the Pats like, oh, they got exposed. They lost by 4 points and were up 21. They beat the Bills already. They split it 1-1. We predicted that. It's been an easy schedule. However, they played well against the teams that are competitive. That's why they're 11-3. So I wouldn't be too upset about that. Packers at Broncos, moving on. The Broncos, I'm not going to lie, they shocked me. Bo Nix shocked me. 34-26. What a fucking win for them, dude. That's huge. I mean, they just proved that they're, relatively competitors in my opinion, and that is big. Like I've been saying, they're fraudulent. I don't know. Like that was a big win. Impressive to me. Lions at Rams. The Rams continue just to prove that they're the best team in the NFL, and it's not really close, in my opinion. 41-34, and the Rams let up the score that made it 34-41, like with 5 minutes to go or something like that, or maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes. It wasn't that close. I mean, it was in the second half, belt to ass, and Devontae wasn't even in. So another great win. The Rams are going to be very, very difficult. And then I want to talk about our division a little bit. Colts at Seahawks, 16-18. I'm not going to lie to you. The Seahawks are broken on offense. The last 4 weeks, they've looked horrible. They've looked horrible, dude. I don't want to just shit on them because they're rival, and I do think that it's going to be a good game between us. However, I think they might get fucking belt to ass Thursday. Like, we need Seattle to win, and I just don't see it. Unless something happens with Sam Darnold, I don't see it. Like, their offense is not playing well right now. Clint Kubiak, I believe his name, he just has not been calling a great offensive game recently, and it's happened for about a month straight. So
maybe it's because of their quarterback who.
Wow. Sam Darnold's just not that good. People still have him ranked over Brock Purdy. That's beyond me. But
Sam Darnold is just like, dude, he's been in the league for quite some time, and he's bounced around, and it's just to the point where, like, I think I explained it a few weeks ago, where he'll have his few good games. He'll look elite, and then all of a sudden he just looks like absolute dog water. Like, he starts doing the typical I can't read a defense and start making bad decisions like he always does. And then people will start and then people will, they'll start shitting on him again. That's just kind of how it's kind of how it always goes with him.
Sam Darnold is kind of a freak of nature when it comes to being a quarterback. He's got a really strong arm, ballsy, makes a lot of good throws, and he's willing to make those throws, and that's why we've seen him struggle, I think, with interceptions. But the main issue with Sam when he was younger, in the last 2 years he's done a really good job of not doing this, is he looks down his receivers. He gets antsy with his feet. He doesn't set it. He tries to make arrogant throws, and recently that has not been capitalized because they've been playing horrible teams. Like, no disrespect to the Colts, but that defense is below average. And they don't score a touchdown, and they have 6 field goals and beat the Colts with Phillip Rivers by 2.
Right.
If I was Seattle, I would not be too confident. That's all I'm going to say. Titans at 49ers, 37-24. We'll make this relatively quick. Look, dude, great win. Brock Purdy probably played his best game of the year. Actually, not probably. He did play the best game of the year. Even that fumble, I'm not blaming him on that. But, look, this game pissed me the fuck off. Should have been 45-10. This should have been a 45-10 win going back to play the Colts. But instead, the 49ers allowed the Titans to stay around, to force some turnovers. And look, I don't like Grant Cohen too much. I think that he's kind of a fool, but he said it best. Super Bowl contenders put away a Titans team. First drive after the fucking second half. The first drive. They don't allow them to stick around. They don't allow them to stay around. They don't allow them to run all over them. Tony Pollard averaged 9 yards a carry or something like that. Not winnable football. Not winnable football against the Rams. And, Grant said it as well. When they play a good quarterback, the 49ers struggle on defense, and they struggled. We dropped 2 interceptions that should have been intercepted and maybe taken to the house. Tony Pollard averaged 9. Look, I agree. Super Bowl contending teams beat the Titans after being up that much right after the half, because they scored right after the half and it looked like it was being put away. They beat them 45-10. That's what the score should have been, not 37-24, and they're only up 14 with the ball back for the Titans, that is, and then they fuck up because of a penalty, because they would have gotten the ball back and we missed the field goal and they might have came down and scored and we would have been up only 7. Like, you have to put those teams away. I think the Niners have, top 5 team written all over them. I think that they need to be more consistent, and you need to put these teams away. Like, this is the type of game that you choke against a good team, and we've seen that with Kyle. That's all I'm going to say. Gritty win. Great win. Brock played well. Cody? Yeah, dude, it's just it doesn't even make sense.
Yet again,
it's the polar opposite of that, though.
Like
it's
you said, the
you
Titans
get up
are
17 or 14 or 21, whatever it was,
right.
And then you just get complacent. Yeah. That's not what good teams do. That's not what great teams do. You put the fucking game away so your backups can come and play.
Yeah, and
just
I'll
like
keep
the
it
Eagles
short.
did against the Raiders. Sorry.
Right. No, you're good. I'll keep it short because we do have some other stuff to talk about before closing this out. But yeah, yet again, the Titans are a horrible football team. Like I said, they shouldn't have scored more than 10 points. For some reason, I wasn't able to watch the game. It was blacked out here for me on YouTube
really
TV.
weird.
I was pretty pissed off. I don't know why. So I kind of just had to wait for updates from you guys and looking at ESPN the whole fucking time. But yet again, it's just like, with how our defense is and with all the injuries and just kind of, going out there with, like you said, Band-Aids and, scraping away, and we're, a gritty defense. Those are the type of games, man, you got to put those type of teams away because you go to the playoffs, you play a better team, they're going to fuck us up. That defense is just kind of, glued together right now, and it's working, but it's like you play a decent offense, man, and you don't play well, and you keep letting a team hang around, good or bad. It's a recipe for disaster. So there's a lot of things to clean up, but a decent win. But I mean, that team should have scored more than 10 points. I mean, the Titans are fucking horrible. So
we'll leave it at week that, 11, but I'll give the 49ers this. Since week 11, they are top 5 in almost all offensive stats. That's awesome. Defense has played well as well. But when you play against a Titans team can any of you guys name a wide receiver from the Titans?
No.
Besides Dyke or Deaky, whatever, however you say his name. And I only know him because of fantasy. He's not good. When you get torched by a fucking team like that and you allow, 27, 24? Sorry, I blacked it out. But you allow 24 points. It's just unexcusable. It's inexcusable. Tony Pollard in the second half averaged 9. He averaged 7.4 on the day. 7.4. That is the most by a full yard in his whole year against the Niners. That's awful. That is not winning football in the playoffs. Need to clean it up. Need to clear up this bullshit miscommunication. Clean up everything on defense and just get back to work, man. A win is a win, though. I'll take it. And we're still in the hunt. And maybe this isn't the stat of the week, but I do kind of find it surprising. The Niners only have a 9% chance of winning the NFC West. 9%. If Seattle wins, we control our own destiny. So I think that's a bit crazy. It could happen, but go Seattle. Regardless, we're going to move on to our fantasy week 15 recap. Cody, this was a big week for you, dude. What's your recap?
We had a bye week. It still doesn't matter. We would have put up 76 points. Like I said, at this point, dude, I'm not going to say it too much. I'm running the fucking beer mile. Anthony wants to say he's running the beer mile. There's no fucking way. This guy scored 112 fucking points last week and lost still. We would have put up 76. 76? There's some fucking wide – dude, I've literally seen some fucking wide receivers and skill players put up like 45, 50 fucking points in one game. And you're telling me you got 76.
Kyle Pitts in a tight end Premier League had 57.
That's fucking blasphemy. That's fucking idiotic. Like, I honestly think, T. Lou, I love you, but I think you're trying to play the sick, twisted game. You did this on purpose so you could see me fucking do the punishment.
No way. No,
he did, dude. Zach, come on. I love him, but look at the fucking team he drafted. He wanted us to fail from day one.
It's pretty bad.
He wanted us to fail from fucking day one. I think he wanted to see me run a beer mile. I think he thought it was fun. He's like, you know what? Just this year, we're gonna try to sneak it in there so nobody fucking thinks. But 76 fucking points, that's ridiculous. So I'm gonna.
I feel like whenever you're talking, dude, the number's either 76 or like 92.
Yeah, it's like it's whatever, dude. So I'm just kind of getting prepared for that.
Well, Anthony,
I lost. I'm running the beer mile.
We kind of came in hot because I was laughing about this, giving a beer and mile a little shit underneath me, but they're facing each other, so it's not possible. Man, oh man, I'm excited for that. But Anthony, go through your team, please.
Amon-Ra St. Brown put up 41.90 points. Sorry, 41.40. Fucking lost. I don't know what to do, man. I lost 124 to 127. God damn it. Fuck the Raiders fucking offensive line, bro. Fucking block for Genty, please. For the love of Christ. Please. You fucking bummy ass shitty fucking team. Anyways. Most mid player, speak of the devil, Ashton fucking Genty. There he is. Right there. 8.20 points. Look at that. Worst player, Brenton Strange with 3.80. You know, I can't get a fucking break with fucking tight ends for some reason this season. Every single time I think I picked up maybe 7 fucking tight ends because I'm like, oh yeah, they're actually playing really well. They're consistent. As soon as I pick them up, nope. It's like they're playing for the fucking Browns, you know? Like it's like what Cody does in his fucking pants. I swear to fucking God, I'm losing it.
Wait, was it Brenton Strange, a player that you picked up, I think, in the middle of the year? No. I think it was your second time picking him up.
No, it's my first time.
Oh, okay. Maybe not. That's tough, though, dude. I'm sorry.
Meanwhile, Darren Waller's on my fucking bench after playing two weeks when he only had like maybe 4 or 5 points. He's on my bench and puts up fucking 25. Okay, what the fuck?
Not ideal. Well, play him. At least you have him. You know, it is funny because you guys are playing. One guy's going to be very, very happy next week, and one guy's going to be very, very sad because one will be eliminated from the beer mile, and one will be facing one opponent and only one in the Toilet Bowl Championship to run the beer mile. So that's going to be a lot of fun. I look forward to hearing the preview next week, but I will definitely tune into your guys' matchup. Anyways, before we get into the Week 16 predictions and wrap this episode up, I wanted to get into my fantasy team. And if you guys do not know, I didn't really talk about this last week, but I was 6-7 going into last week, and I had a 15% chance of going into the playoffs or making. Hunter had Jalen Hurts, Devontae Smith, and the Eagles defense and needed 35 points and did not get it. So I made the playoffs, and I faced Stewie. Stewie, I really hope you're watching, man. You're probably watching from Cancun right now because I sent you home. Week 15 dub, a round 1 in the playoffs dub. I go against Mitch, who blew me out last week or the last time we played, but that's regardless. I still am in contention to basically make my money back and at worst get 4th in the league, which is pretty awesome. So like I said, I won, but my best player was Travion Henderson. It seems to be whenever my team scores more than 130, Travion just goes crazy. He had 30.1 points. My most mid player was Marcus Mariota with 14.74 points, and then my worst player was Dallas, which that was the defense, and they had 1 point. But I'm excited for this week. We have a pretty good matchup against Mitch. It's going to be tough, I'm not going to lie. But he did have Patrick Mahomes, so maybe I'll get a little bit lucky with that. Anyways, I wish both you guys the best of luck. I wish that you guys could tie just to see both you guys run the beer mile, but that's not possible. So one of you guys will have to be the winner and loser, but we shall see it next week. Getting into our final segment, we're just going to get into the Week 16 predictions, and it seems like we have a pretty fun one. I'm not going to lie. I mean, the end of the year, the NFL is done right with the scheduling, dude. There's a lot of fun games, but let's get into it. Thursday night, Rams at Seattle.
Give me Rams.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Rams on this split. Yeah.
Same here. Hold on one second. Let me just set this up. In the meantime, yeah, I think this might be belt to ass. I mean, I don't know what the spread is, but I have a feeling that the Rams are going to at least win by 7. I mean, that's just my opinion, but it'll be a fun one. This is the first time, maybe this is the stat of the week. This is the first time a Thursday night game has had 2 teams with 10 or more wins. So that's kind of crazy. I saw that on Instagram, but anyways, I'm going to go with the Rams as well. The next one are the Saturday games. Don't know why there are Saturday games. It just seems like they're getting greedy. Like, this is bowl season for fucking college football, and they're playing it the week before Christmas, which, again, doesn't make –
I'm not watching any NFL on fucking Saturday.
Neither am I. I don't even understand why you would do that the week before Christmas. It kind of pisses me off, and it's 2 divisional games. First one, we have Eagles at Commanders.
Eagles.
Yeah,
I think move on. I think this is going to be unanimous, right?
Yeah.
Eagles at Commanders. We're all going to go with the Eagles. And then the next one is Packers at Bears. This is going to be a hell of a game, dude. I'm actually really excited about this. It's going to be a rematch. I'm going to take the Bears. It's at home.
I'm going with the Bears.
Micah's not going to be there. I think the Bears squeak it out. Ant?
Yeah, give me the Bears.
Oh, my goodness. I just got rid of all of our names because I thought someone else would pick the Packers. Nope. Bucks at Panthers. Dude, I'm not going to lie. The Bucks have been playing bad. Give me the Panthers.
Ooh,
I'm going to take the Bucks.
I'm going to take the Bucks.
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy.
It's at home, man. The Bucks have looked bad. That's all I'm going to say.
Try home, man.
Bills at Browns. We can move on. Chargers at Cowboys. We could probably also move on, unless you guys think it's going to be an entertaining game. This would be the Chargers type of game to lose, though. You know? Fuck. Maybe I'm rethinking this. Hold on.
I'm taking the Chargers.
Yeah, I'm not going to overthink this. I think I'm going to go with the Chargers as well. Cody?
I'm taking the Chargers.
Okay. Jets at Saints. Holy poop game. I mean, give me the Saints, but...
Give me the Saints. That's the battle of just shit.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this game? Who's going to be tuning into this piece of shit?
No one. It's going to have like 5 viewers.
This is the fucking poops versus the shits. Like
the poops versus the shits.
Fuck. What did you guys go with? Saints?
Saints.
Dude, I'll go with the Saints. I mean, you can't like what else are you gonna go with?
Give me this fucking Saints, dude. I don't fucking know. This is so ass. I may watch this just to fucking laugh. It may just be a fucking comedy show on Netflix fucking special. God
wait,
damn.
actually, this is like this similar type of game to your guys' fantasy game.
Okay.
The poop versus the sheds. All right, moving on. Vikings at Giants. I'm gonna go with the Vikings.
Yeah, give me the Vikings.
Cody?
Give me the Vikes.
Okay. Chiefs at Titans without Patrick Mahomes. Could the Titans do it?
No.
Yeah, I don't think so as well.
Yeah, no.
I wanted to think it, but no.
You really
Chiefs, Bengals at Dolphins. Fuck, dude. I don't even know who to pick. 2 mid teams that I thought were going to be better, but they looked horrible when it mattered. So,
Bengals.
I think I'm going to go with the Dolphins.
Bengals.
All right.
Bengals.
Falcons at Cardinals. Jeez Louise. Another shit show game.
Give me the Falcons.
Look, I'm going to take the Falcons too.
Falcons.
Ooh, Jaguars at Broncos. What a game.
What a game we have here. Give me the Jags. Fuck the Broncos.
Wow.
I'm gonna go with the Jags.
What? I'm gonna go with the Broncos. I think they proved me wrong, honestly. That's crazy though. That's gonna be a really fun game. Steelers at Lions. I need the Lions bounce back. Give me the Lions.
Gotta fucking die, Lions.
Oh my god. Raiders at Texans. What the Texans defense is about to do to the Raiders might be embarrassing. It might send them back to the UFL. It's gonna be bad.
Okay.
I got the Texans.
I got Texans as well.
Patriots at Ravens. At Ravens. Fuck.
Hey, we're 6-0 all the way. I'm taking the pass. We're 6-0. Plus, I gotta stick with my team on this. I have to.
No, you should. I mean,
Lamar's been playing like a bum. Can't really do a whole lot. As long as our defense locks the fuck in, we can win this game.
Dude, if the Ravens didn't fuck around so much, they'd be so much better. Like, I'm gonna go with the Patriots still, but I think this game's gonna be closer than what people think. That's all I'm gonna say. Niners at Colts. Give me the Niners. I refuse to believe that Phillip Rivers is gonna beat us.
Yeah, I will take the Niners as well.
And Cody, I would assume that you will be as well. Cool. Well, that ends the episode. We were going to do power rankings, but we got a little busy and we ran a little bit over time. So next week, we will probably do the second last power rankings before the end of the year. Dude, I'm excited for it. This is going to be a really fun week. Go Seattle. Really hoping that they win, the Niners win, and the Patriots win. Big games, man. Big games. But if you guys don't have anything, please like, subscribe, comment. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.